Hey everybody, this is Erika Szabo. Welcome back. So today I'm going to be delving into a video I've been wanting to do for a while, something I've been talking about for a while, and that is my top 10 female video game characters. So just to clarify a bit here, and just to give you a little bit of a background as to what kind of a gamer I am, I have to say I am very gender neutral. I don't find myself defined by one or the other. However, I do think that it's worth celebrating all the amazing female characters we have in video games, just as it's worth celebrating all the amazing male characters we have too. So, with that said, I am going to be doing my top 10 male video game characters as well in the future, probably in the coming weeks, especially in terms of timeliness. But this week, I'm going to be doing part 1 of my female video game characters and just talk about what makes them tick, what makes them so interesting and so appealing. There are so many out there, so it was really hard to choose, but these are characters where, for me, they really connected. They really felt like they belonged, and they really made me feel that much more whole and that much more enriched by the experience. So I guess let's get started. Okay, so as you know, I like to start things off with a bang. I like to start things off with a character that's extremely profound to me. Sometimes, in many cases, I would consider one of my absolute favorites. There is no order to this, as there is never an order to any of these, just because they're all so different. But I'm gonna have to start things off with Final Fantasy IX's Garnet/Dagger. Garnet might seem like your typical princess yearning for adventure, but what makes her such an incredible and endearing character, one of my personal favorites on this list, is her transformation from reckless and naive to gracious and dutiful member of the royal family, having total conviction in her kingdom. When she cuts off her hair and becomes Dagger, it's symbolic of the apex of her personal transformation. Her search for purpose in the oftentimes cruel world might have never happened had it not been for her strong will and deep sense of responsibility. If there was ever a female character in an RPG that ignited a sense of hope and admiration, it was her. Okay, so now that I've gotten one of my favorite characters out of the picture, just to give you an idea, I'm gonna move on to an utter classic, a character that I think a lot of people really love and really admire, and that's Samus Aran from the Metroid series. For me, Samus was a no-brainer on this list, and for good reason. She's quiet, strong, and stoic as she meanders through some of the most atmospheric experiences in gaming history, with some of her best representations made in Super Metroid, the Metroid Prime series, and most notably Metroid Fusion. While I do prefer characters willing to show more of their vulnerabilities as a form of strength, I think that Samus is a great example of determination and independence. While she may gravitate more towards one side of the limitless spectrum, she serves as a base of inspiration to so many other incredible characters. Okay, now I'm gonna go for someone who's a little bit more on the playful side, someone who might be more of a controversial choice, but someone that I find extremely empowering. It's all relative. Not everyone is gonna find this one very empowering, but that is Bayonetta from the Bayonetta series. Some might consider Bayonetta to be a pretty ballsy choice considering her sexualization, but as someone who is open-minded and sexually confident, I think that she is a necessary and important choice on this list as she permeates sexual liberation unlike any female character I have ever seen in video game history. To be sexually confident is still something I feel is highly misunderstood in the video game industry, and it very much depends on the context involved. But the pride and confidence Bayonetta exhibits proves all too well that there's much more to sexuality than the negative standards we've set for ourselves. I'm gonna go completely left field with this next choice. This isn't really a conventional choice, but this is one that really connected with me, one that I really admired, and I really liked her kind of godlike appeal, similar to how Bayonetta has her godlike appeal, and that is Amaterasu from Okami. Amaterasu, a character I'll more affectionately refer to as Ami, may be the goddess of the sun who upholds the laws of nature, but her role in this colorfully cel-shaded feudal-esque world is both noble and genuinely loving in nature. Her sense of responsibility and pursuit for a more enriching future reminds us of even the most minute beauties that surround us. Ami may be an unconventional choice on this list considering her powerful role, but she proves to be a staple of growth and wellness in the biggest and smallest of ways. Last but certainly not least, this week I do want to talk about one character that is timeless for a lot of people, one character that I really think sets a great example for females and the video games in general, and that is Luca from Chrono Trigger. A brilliant young inventor who accompanies our main character, Chrono, in one of the most seminal RPG experiences to date, Chrono Trigger, Luca serves as the brains and charisma in the group, offering us yet another example of a character who is as witty as she is tech-savvy. If that weren't enough, she displays a great deal of compassion and courage as the team becomes more entangled in Chrono Trigger's time travel plot. She's extremely well-rounded in scope, and while that might seem a little too convenient, she's also willing to acknowledge her own mistakes. I mean, we wouldn't be in this mess if it wasn't for her technological capabilities, but can we really call that a problem when we have a story as whimsical and grand as this? So I really hope you enjoyed my first 5 in my top 10 female video game characters. I absolutely encourage discussion here, so if you want to talk about some of your favorite females, please leave your comments below. Let me know what you thought of my choices, let me know what some of your choices are, and stay tuned next week for my last 5. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.